Shalom, sisters. All praise to Yahweh in the name of his son, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, for this day, this lesson. Today I'll just be simply going into how to multiply your talents. Just giving different ideas and whatnot, just like a general idea of what that can look like to the very basic level of explaining the physical things that you can do, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we should fly on by in this one. I already presented it before to sisters, and yeah, let's just hope that same energy is, that same vibe, because I just shot through it. But okay, multiply your talents. So the overall idea, it's just to glorify the name of the Most High, exalt him, and things that you can do, things that are free or things that, cost money and, are actual things that you have to get. But on the flip, overall, it's just what you can do, Multiply how you can spread this gospel to your fellow women. You've got in-person one-on-one talks, content creation of any type, lifestyle, daily exhortations, sisters be making cooking reels, lifestyle, day in the life, etc., modesty hauls, modesty vlogs, or, just content of any type, for social media. Informational flyers, a sister gave me that idea before. She actually gave me she posted her exact information flyer that, she gives out when her and, her Adawan goes out to our people and whatnot. So I definitely got to get back into that. All it took for me personally was just 10 seconds to walk up to a sister, be nice, and just overall explain what I'm showing her, asking her to take a picture on her phone. Sis just chit, all it takes is little 2 seconds, and just have a good day, And on that informational flyer, it would be just information about Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So yeah, that's what I mean by informational flyers. It can be general, and also, of course, putting your contact on there, because you obviously want, even if you never see the sister in person again, if she, if the seed plants and the Lord decides to sprout it, then you definitely want her to be able to contact you or your congregation or something, or your husband, showcasing modesty through photography. Sisters do that, fashion. It looks great, honey. It looks great, because we got to show the world that we ain't no grandmas. We just, modesty does not equate to having no sense of style or fashion or just being a grandma. Even though, our grannies was righteous, but you can still have aesthetic in modesty. You can have a ton of aesthetics. So yeah, through photography, showcasing the truth of the scriptures through your business and its products and services. So next, I'm going to jump into Matthew 25. We're going to read the parable. We're going to read this parable. So Matthew 25, 14 through 30. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents. So the parable of the talents. Unto one he gave 5 talents, another 2, another 1. To every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. So the man gave his servants these talents and he left. Talents here equated to money, when you look into it, but everything is double fold, of course. But 16, when he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of the servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gathered where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him that which have 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So that was the parable of the talents. The servants, 2 were given more, but the one who just had 1, he went and he didn't do anything with it. He just went his Lord's money and, he gave exactly what the Lord gave him. He gave it right back to him. And the Lord was like, listen, I could have given this to someone else and they could have at least attempted to do something with it. I would perceive that man, even if he did try to do something with it and failed, right? This is money. This is money. So they basically flipping what they've been given to make more, to bring forth more for the harvest. Even if he went and did something like that and, wasn't so successful, at least he tried. This also how you can perceive that. But nonetheless, he should have did, because the ones who had 5 and the ones who had 10, they went and they took their talent. So what they were given, that's just like us right now. What are you given? What is in your lot right now? What is about to be in your lot? What have you been given? Because it's not what a man hath not, it's about what he has. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture. So you can do a lot and, have much in care even without the monetary side, but we'll get into that. Colossians 3:23-30 through 24. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that the Lord ye shall receive the reward, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. So, whatever that you do, whatever that, your hands find good to do, do it, Put your best effort into it, plan the best that you can. It's getting dark in here. Plan that the best that you can and take care of it, Just be a well-rounded servant that if something is given in your possession, you're taking care of it. For example, children. For example, and husband, a house, a household, even if you don't have your own house yet with your own husband, wherever you're abiding, if you've got others around you, taking care of that in a sense. Disclaimer, you can still be profitable and useful without having money. In that waiting season, swallow your pride / stop being afraid of doing something because it's not the way you would like it to be done. It won't look the prettiest or the most aesthetically pleasing, no, but I exhort sisters to see what they can do at the moment. Effectively plan it out and go from there. So now we're going to pull up Galatians 6. Now we're going to put up Galatians 6, but absolutely use what you have. We can't be stuck in that mindset of like, oh, if only I had this amount of money, or oh, if only I had this or that, then I would be great. Then I would, but it's like your works right now, look at it like this. Your works right now, with what you have and what you don't have, you can still do the best that you can now with what you have and prove to the Most High that you are worthy of more. Then He will bless you abundantly. You can't, for example, even if you're a single sister, and you're still living in your parents' household or whoever household, right? But, you're lazy. You're lazy, you don't really have a schedule in studying and, the actual works of the physical works like cleaning or, cooking or laundry, so, you're like, oh, I'm just here, I'm waiting on my husband to just come scoop me up and save me. And, then I'd be I would be so on fire for my household, but it's like, those works that literally don't require any money, all they require is time and care and attention. You haven't proven yourself with those works. So, you want the Most High to bless you abundantly. For example, more money. Well, what are you doing with what you do have now? Or even if you don't have much now or not getting anything, are you making the best out of it? Are you still making the best of what you do have, So yeah, we gotta definitely be mindful of that, because the Most High could be looking at us crazy sometimes, we're wanting of something, we're desirous of something, and we haven't proved ourselves really. So Galatians 6:8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially of them who are of the household of faith. So, like-minded believers. But we have to sow to the things of the spirit. You know, when it comes to studying, reading, etc. You know, you want to be built up as a woman alone in your singleness before you even step into, a marriage, right? You want to know how to study, and you just want to know how to do these things and really get the oil out of the scriptures for yourself first. You want to know the scriptures first. You want to know law, statutes, and commandments. You want to be knowledgeable before you take any step further. And that's just with studying. But, of the spirit, be diligent in prayer, fasting, studying, as mentioned. And we don't want to sow to the flesh, because if we do, we reap corruption. So, it's real easy to fall to idleness, right? That's why I said send them into labor that they be not idle. It's always good to be doing something. If not, you can fall into idleness, laziness, not being profitable, not getting anything done. It's nothing wrong with kicking back and stuff, but you definitely want to be profitable, so that's sowing to the flesh, just allowing your flesh to just do whatever, man. Whatever it craves, you give it immediately. However it responds, right? Responds and, acts. Even when, like I'm saying, like when people provoke you, right? And, don't let your flesh just be so quick to respond in the flesh carnally. Like, respond in the fruits of the spirit. Respond in the fruits of the spirit. So, you can't sow to the flesh the things that are not of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We always want to try to strive to indulge and just be diligent in sowing to our spirit. All right, this next section, no money needed. So this is a no money needed section of things that you can do, just honestly trying to touch on everything, honestly. So the first point is to exhort, teach, counsel fellow sisters on how to be a woman of the Most High, how to get through hardships and afflictions, how to be better at their own works and livelihood from day to day. Social media videos, private FaceTimes, live videos, YouTube uploads, reels and stories, content creation in general. So, to talk to your sister, which is for sure what we're, we gotta lean on the sisterhood. We gotta lean on the community to build with another sister, another woman, right? It's absolutely free. All it takes is like care and consideration and, consistency. But, if you got sisters, pray with them, fast with them, study with them, trade. If y'all study different, then trade, teach each other how to study like each other or something. Uplift the sister with your words, because that can really help someone. We got to bear each other's burdens in this thing. So your words of positivity and hope and faithfulness can help a sister through whatever she's going through, if she's feeling down, etc. So counsel and whatnot, teaching them how to do things, showing them what they already don't know, trade skills. This is how we be better as a community. This is how we get sharp. Second point, bear the labor of sisters, chores, cooking, children, babysitting to give them some time for themselves. So yeah, like these skill sets, that are needed amongst women to know, um, just different recipes, you know, oh, make sure your sister know how to clean, because hey, just make sure your sister know how to clean, swap some recipes. Oh, since you Northern Kingdom, I know you be throwing down, like, give me some recipes, please. Oh yeah, since you Southern Kingdom, oh yeah, please give me some recipes. Just, building with each other, and building good rapport with each other. The children, a lot of sisters, you know, probably the majority, are mothers in the truth, following the Most High. So with children, it's always something to do with them. Either, nurture them in food, teaching them, right? Taking care of them, their hygiene, or simply just keeping them entertained and, teach them. So it's always, you can always take that off of a sister's shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're blessed to be around a sister in person. So yeah, y'all got children, whatnot. Put them together. Play dates, or if you don't, but a sister does, take them away. Or just go over and help. Just aiding with the children. Take them off her hands. Give her some time to go do her self-care and whatnot. Babysitting, important. We used to always help each other, servants aside. No one would be burnt out because we had a community to fall back on. So, next point, teaching and training children up to be mighty servants. I didn't even look at this point, but I already touched on it. To be mighty servants, creating schedules and routine to give them direction and order in their lives. Repetition is very important to instill in children's everyday life. Last thing, host sister gatherings for the community, prayer calls, posting daily, weekly exhortations, Bible trivia, and exhortations, exhorting. That's sisters posting scriptures and leaving a little inspirational message to bounce off of it. That's simply an exhortation. So you can do that. And I've seen sisters make videos. I've seen sisters just type up a post, like a Facebook post, just put scripture and whatnot. I also seen sisters get on Canva and make these images, make it all look all pretty, and post that. All these are good works because they're uplifting our community. They're uplifting our fellow sisters. So next section, funds provided. So in this little area, these are things that, do take funds for the most part. Upcycling / sewing clothes. Thrifting clothes, fabrics, blankets, curtains, and making them into new garments and fringing them. I saw that. I know people have been doing this for the beginning of time, right? But I did see this Edomite man. This Edomite man, or I think he was a young man. He does this, and he got on the sewing machine. He self-taught and learned, and he started to go to the thrift store, get fabrics, get blankets, whatever it is, curtains, with these eccentric designs on them, and he turns them into clothing, and they look really good, like hoodies or pants, like all this stuff. So skirts, sisters, you can go get these things from the thrift under $5, and make a garment out of them. That's really creative. Infringe them, you know. You can sell, you know. Hey, putting your brick in is multiplying your talents as well. You can keep it for yourself. You can sell it, or you can give it away as alms. Give it away for free. You know, that's a work. Okay, next point. Crocheting, knitting, other fiber arts. Crocheting, a favorite. Lord willing, I can get back into gear on that. Knitting, I got into knitting as well. You know, it's very time. It takes up time, but it's still great. And also other fiber arts. So I've seen a lot of fiber arts. It's just so many, and I don't recall the name of the art, like how you make it. For example, I think like threading or something like that. But you know, so these things as well, you can make these things as a hobby. You can sell them, you know, or give them away, etc. Like, and all these things can be at your disposal as well. You don't have to just pick something and run with it for the rest of your life. You can dibble and dabble, you know. Just dibble and dabble. Our women in our community back in the day, they had to be well-rounded in talent, you know. They had to do everything. You know how to sew, you know how to cook, you know how to, you know, lead children and teach. You know how to do all these things. Next point, starting a business. Take any talent that you have, come to love, and turn it into a business. There has even been sisters selling their schedules and routines. Yes. Sell that schedule, you know. Put it up for about $3, $2, $5. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna buy it, you know. The only objection to this is selling the truth of the knowledge, teaching, counseling, etc. Don't do that. Yeah, those things should be free, you know. So, you know, definitely no one should be doing that. Like, oh well, you know, you're taking up my time. My time is precious. You know, it's gonna be about $50 an hour, sis. If you wanna get some wisdom, that's madness. We ain't doing that. So yeah, don't do that. It should all be out of love, you know. And when you do start a business, obviously, I would say, or you make something into a business, like I'm telling y'all, you can literally put a website up. You put a website up through one of these vendors, you know, Spotify or Etsy, something, right? But you put a website up. Even if you do, like, you're not set on one thing to do, you can do a lot of things, you know. You just put it on the website, whether it be, you know, one of a kind, or whether you make a bunch of them to sell. And you put that out there, you know, someone will come along, get that, and, you know, so it's just different things that you can do, really. So yeah, you can post these things anytime you make them, you know, making them in your free time. You finish this thing or you finish that garment or whatnot. I have 2 closing scriptures. Ecclesiastes 11:4, he that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. So, well, I actually have 3 closing scriptures. So yeah, we don't want to just be looking at the clouds. Really, we want to put the work in, put, you know, anything that we can in, I would say. You know, what fancies you, you know. You want to put forth something, you know. We just don't want to wait around, be like, oh, when is the Lord coming back? And, you know, we're not adding to our community in any way, shape, or form. So definitely want to do that. Hebrews 10:24, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So I'm provoking my sisters to good works with this study. Unto love, just unto all things good, godly, and edifying in the sight of the Most High, so we all can grow. Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy whole might. Do it with thy might. There is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave, whither thou goest. So, once you get to the grave, or, once you hit that point, you don't want to be regretful and be like, oh, I should have did more. I should have, even if you are a stay-at-home wife and mother, like, make the most out of that, especially with your children, and, just make the most out of whatever you've been given, and whatever you increase in the future in. Just do your best, your very best. If something comes in your mind and, the Most High put it on your spirit to do it, I would say try to go forward with it. Don't ignore it and be like, oh, it's just so much work. Go ahead and make a move on it. So y'all, I must be blind because there is definitely one more scripture. So yeah, the last 4 closing scriptures. So last one is 1 Peter 3:17. For it is better if the will of Yahweh be so that you suffer for well doing than for evil doing. So, let us suffer. Pick your heart. You know what I'm saying? You might as well pick the well doing, the hardness that comes in well doing than anything else, not slothfulness, not really contributing or anything. So yeah, pick good. We definitely want to build our nation up, the kingdom coming, but we also gotta be built up ourselves to be found acceptable to run that kingdom. So Lord willing, this was edifying for sisters. Lord willing, spirit intervene to actually just uplift y'all spirits, keep pushing day by day. Pace yourself in this walk as well. It's a race, but you can time it out day by day. I would say, like a daily schedule, you can time it out how it will go and whatnot. So Lord willing, sisters were edified, and the Most High just inspired someone. So shalom, sisters. Have a productive day.